Hello and welcome to the Warehouse, my ibby shibbies. I'm Brad, aka your drama queen 1014, and welcome to another edition of Goob and Noob of Rupaul's Drag Race Season 11, Episode 2, Runway Looks. Now, before we get into the looks, I'm just gonna say I don't know why they chose so many girls with the same signs. If they knew they were gonna have this challenge and then cast 15 girls, wouldn't they chosen one of each sign? So therefore they need to do a little bit of research the next time around because it became super repetitive. That became boring. So most of the girls are gonna get a noob for me in the area of concept because the runway was what's your sign, and they had to wear an outfit that was associated with their astrological sign. So some of them didn't make sense, so I noobed those concepts, but I'm gonna just go based on the outfit and not the concept, since most of them did get a noob. And the ones that got noobs in concept was Raja, Suga, Mercedes, Akiria, Nina, Silky, and Kahana. Alright everybody, so let's get into the runway of What's Your Sign? So first up was Miss Brooklyn Heights, and I gave her an uber goob because when she came out, you could tell right away she was a Pisces. The material was very plastic looking, and it gave it like a very nice shine, and the material looked really nice with the blue, and then she had translucent material up here that gave it structure and texture. Like she was a fish that jumped out of the water and then splashed back out and made the little drips. That's what she kind of looked like. And she looks beautiful, so I gave it an uber goob. Next up was Plastic Tiara, who is an Aries, and I gave her a safe goob. It was yet another bodysuit from her. It was just in a different silhouette. She just didn't have anything that was training behind her or flowing off of her arms or chest. But other than that, I did like the outfit. She kind of looked like something out of that movie, The Huntsman. She looked like she was gonna ram some horns in someone's stomach. And she looked good. Her makeup was stunning. But the only thing I have to nitpick about really is because we saw the boots again on the runway when we saw them in the movie. So it kind of like ruined the element of surprise just a smidge. Third up was Miss Raja. She is a Capricorn. And I saw nothing fish about that outfit. If she was trying to incorporate fish in the dress, this up here definitely represented a goat. So I don't know where the fish came from because it wasn't really a mermaid cut. So I did see mainly lamb. Not sure why she chose that hair with that, but I had to give it a noob. I did like the little hooves she had. That was cute. Next up was Nina West, and I unfortunately gave this one a noob as well. She came out, I didn't even get Leo. I just saw fire at first, and then I saw something up here above her titty, and I was all like, okay, so that's not fire. It's starting to look like a Japanese fighter fish, aka a betta fish, because it looked like a long tail of a head of a fish or something until she got closer and the cameras panned in and you saw the head of the lion. I was like, woo! Now, in my opinion, I think she should have worn smaller boobs in that, so you could have seen the lion, because the boobs kind of made the lion's head a little scrunched up, which kind of made it look like that head of the fish. It wasn't badly made or fit or anything like that. It fit her body very nicely. I kind of liked the headpiece. It was a little crafty, but other than that, I had to give it a noob. Sorry. Next up was Honey Davenport. Now, when she came out, I definitely got that she was a Leo. Her reference saying Diana Ross is dressed up as the lion. Oh, I totally got that. I love The Wiz. It's one of my favorite movies ever. So she definitely looked like a lioness. Her hair was, oh my gosh, it looked like a lion's mane, and it was awesome. I really liked her makeup. I liked the sparkles on the dress. The only thing I have to nitpick is I wish we couldn't see the panty as much as we did. But other than that, it was really nice, and she looked fucking fierce. Next up was Sugar Cane. Now, like I said, I'm going to Goob or Noob the outfit, not the concept. I gave this outfit a safe Goob, and I gave it a safe Goob only because she didn't follow assignment. Because the outfit in itself was really awesome, and it fit her body really nicely. The mesh cutout on her tummy and everything like that. She just looked really nice. That hair was super sickening. I think she should have worn this on like an apocalypse type runway, not for Scorpio. But other than that, I gave it a safe Goob, but definitely Noob concept. Next up was Ariel, and she is an Aries, and I gave this one a Goob. I Goobed it because it was very colorful. Purple is my favorite color. It doesn't matter what shade of purple it is. I'm a fan of it. So this lavender color, she was kind of giving us like Monster Inc. realness. And the makeup was really cute and everything like that. The only thing that I didn't really care for was I think she should have used a shorter length hair of the fur, because this length was so long. So it made her look a little boxy, and I really didn't understand, like Michelle Visage said, the nipple tassels. I didn't get why that was there. Next up was Silky Ganache, and she's a Capricorn, and I gave her a Noob, and if you watch my review, you will know why. Next up was Miss Evie Oddly, the Lioness Miss Leo, and I gave this one a fucking uber Goob. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. First of all, I incorporate steampunk into my drag a lot, other than cosplay. So when she came out, I was just like, oh my god, yes. And then when she kept getting closer and they panned in on the wig, because when she came out, I was like, oh my gosh, she looks like a Tin Man lion. And then when they panned in and we get to see her mane, other accessories around her body, they were like twisty, like straw, like the scarecrow. So she definitely paid attention to that detail and incorporated those three characters and to that. And she made it look robotic, futuristic, steampunk. I loved the accessories up here. Girl, yes, child, you looked fucking fierce, uber Goob. Next up was Miss Fancy, and I gave her an uber Goob as well. Why wouldn't I? She came out making a fucking statement. Yeah, she did. Well, we had to give kudos to her having that headpiece on her. It was so dramatic and gaudy, with the scales coming down, whew, flowers coming out and everything, like a flower girl. Flower girl. Flower girl. Oh my gosh. So she looked so good. I loved her makeup. I liked like the little 20s flapper hair that she had going on, that she drew on. She looked like a fucking rose parade float that came to life. Yeah, she did. Now the only thing I'm gonna nitpick about Miss Vanjie right now is I really want to see her go outside of red after this from here on out. Next up was Akira Davenport, and I gave this one a Noob as well, and I Noobed this one because when she walked out, it was like, okay, this looks like, I don't know what I'm looking at really. And then when she started moving, I was like, wow, this looks very like kindergarten. And no offense to the designer, or if Akira made this herself, kindergarten project. And it just looked very construction papery when it moved. I wasn't sure if that design on the dress was supposed to represent scales. They didn't look like scales to me. And you couldn't really tell that they were fish until they really panned in and you were able to tell what they were. I also think she should have dropped the neckline or opened it up at the chest, because with the neckline and the huge hair that she had on, which was gorgeous, and her face was painted, she looked gorgeous. It just made her head look really small, so it kind of looked unproportioned. Next up was Miss Mercedes, and I unfortunately gave this one a noob as well, because let's be real, if we got rid of that arrow, would you be able to tell she was a Sagittarius? No. Now, that arrow was, like Bobby said, a little weak, and other than that, the cut of the top and the bottom of it was unflattering, and it just looked like it was unfinished. Like it wasn't seamed together. Now, I'm no seamstress. I can't sew, but I do watch enough Project Runway in my lifetime to know what a seam and something that's unseamed look like, and that kind of looked unseamed in different areas. Really did love her wig and her wig reveal. She looked really beautiful. She can paint her mug, and she is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Next up was Kahana Montrese, and I also gave this one a noob because just like Mercedes, if we removed her arrow, she's not a Sagittarius. Remove the horns from Kahana, she don't look like an Aries. She looked like, if anything, and I'm really sorry to say this, but a really poorly put together Phoenix. That's what I got from that color association and the way it was designed on the dress. It looked more fiery than goat. I also think she should have had her bust line cut differently, like higher, or at least worn some titties, because the cut was so far out that it distanced itself from the illusion. And when they were critiquing them, I was gonna say, because when Kahana walked on the runway, I was like, did she shave her chest? Until she got closer and I realized that it was glitter. But when they were critiquing her, up until Michelle did point it out, I was like, oh, finally they pointed that shit out. And then we saw the reveal moment ruined, which wasn't really that exciting of a reveal to begin with. And I'm really sorry to say this, but I had to give it a noob. Last but not least, Miss Scarlet Envy and Miss Pisces. And I had to give this one a goob. She was really close to getting an uber goob. It's just, I'm really sorry, but she looked like Jack Frost here instead of Miss Jack Frost. I'm sorry, but she kind of looked like she had a mustache and her jawline was very harsh. Other than that, she did look very beautiful. I just wish she would have outlined her lips just at least with something light, because again, it looked a little mustachy. Her outfit was amazing. I loved how the outfit had material on it that made it look a little bubbly or like frothy, foamy, like when a tide washes up. I really liked that. It was very, very nice. It fit her very well. She's definitely starting to surprise me a lot more. Loved that hair mohawk with the sea accessories in it. Oh, that hair was gorgeous. She kind of looked like a sea siren almost. Yes. Because she kind of looked a little eerie and haunting with the blues and the turquoise contours. Yeah, she kind of looked like a sea siren. And of course, who doesn't love bubbles? The bubbles were fun. So yeah, I gave her a goob. Whew. So, that was episode 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race. My Goob and Noob version for What's Your Sign of the runway looks of season 11. What did you guys think of the outfits? Did you goob an outfit? Did you noob an outfit? What did you think of this concept runway? Let us know in the comments below. And we just want to say thank you for choosing the Warehouse. I'm your host, Brad, aka your Andromeda Queen 1014. Till next episode, my Ibby Shibbies. Toodles.